Hello, welcome to our session titled How to Build a Simple Yet Effective Communication Plan for Your Next Technology Rollout or Your New Initiative. My name is Caroline Mikhail, and I am a Modern Workplace Officer and Change Management Lead. Thank you for joining us today. Given that we have only 20 minutes together, I'll be focusing on the content today as I want you to walk out with your project communication plan. So if you do have any questions throughout the presentation, please enter them in the Q&A, and I'll try to get to some of the questions if we have time. If not, our team will collect those questions and get back to you with the answers as soon as possible once the event has ended. Alternatively, you can always reach out to us with your questions at cloud@ProServeIT.com, and we'll put that in the chat here, and we'll be happy to answer them. So our session agenda for today, Module 1, we will cover why do you need a communication plan and work on your rollout communication goals. Module 2, we'll build your communication plan together. In Module 3, we will work on the timeline and the communication template that is available for download on the session page. If you haven't downloaded this template, no worries, you can download it after the session, and then you can add your notes to it. I would love to work with you today on a real-life project that is currently underway or planned in your organization. So you can download and print a pre-work document from the session page, or for now, just grab your notebook. If you have multiple monitors, feel free to open your favorite notes tool, and then pick one project that you want to create a communication plan for. Type its name, a quick description if you have one, your project goals and objectives, project sponsors and champions if you have any, and your target launch date. So we'll pause for a few seconds. If you'd like to start now, think of a project, open your notes. Also, let me show you where to find the pre-work document if you want to work on it. It will just list the same thing you're seeing on the slide. So here, if you go to the session page, empower.ProServeIT.com, scroll to technology and find the session with this title. And then under session description, you will find here the documents available for download. This is the pre-work file. This is a communication plan template that we will work on in Module 3. So make sure to download this one. If not today, no problem. You can download it later. And also, we have the Microsoft Teams Customer Success Kit available for download. We'll discuss this in Module 3. So back to presentation. Awesome. Module 1. Why do you need a communication plan? We often focus on the technical side of the project and forget about the people side. That's what we usually do, technical teams. Whether you're rolling out Office 365, Teams, SharePoint, a volunteer portal, or just a new initiative, to your employees, it presents a new way of working. New way of working is a change. It's important to consider a structured approach to the change to help ensure maximum user adoption and uptake. The only way your staff will know about this new way of working is if it's successfully communicated to them. So if you can grab your notebook and start typing with me, what will be your rollout communication goals? It's important to add these to help measure the success of your launch. So what we have here can be applied to SharePoint, Teams, Yammer. What would be your pre-launch comms goals? Think about it. Is it to mobilize leaders, educate your employees, increase awareness, that's really important with any rollout, build interest and momentum leading up to launch, to ensure sustained adoption of the tool you're launching. Launch goals. Are you planning a launch event? Can it be achieving a certain percentage of platform access, registration, activity? Having an executive announce the launch live, or leveraging this new technology to deliver the message to your staff? Think about your project and add these goals and select from what here, or think about the goals that make sense to you. Post-launch, is it to increase usage? As an example, we've used this was multiple rollouts, like sustain 90% registration, target a certain percentage of weekly active users on the platform, identifying moving workflows to the new platform. Is it a new initiative? If it's a new initiative, capturing success stories, sharing back with the community to help reinforce the message is important as well. Start typing what you think will make sense, and hope this helps you think of some goals for your communication plan. So module 2, let's build your communication plan. So go back to your notes or notebook and start with a section, call it identifying audience. So who will be impacted by this change? Who are you communicating with? Your executive community, whether it's for building awareness, if you're targeting some of them to be your sponsors. Do you need the managers and supervisors to help you deliver the message? That can be identified as an audience. Do we want to start a champions program, sending them communication to let them understand the role? If yes, add them in. Are we targeting all employees? So add them all employees, specific groups, add the specific groups. As an example, if it's your volunteer community, make sure to highlight that as well. And then once you identified your audience, do not forget to do a quick group analysis to make sure that the comms plan will address the needs of each group. For each message, for each communication going out, there is the sender and the receiver. Who will be your senders will depend on the type of the message and the receivers. ProSci, who is a global leader in change management research, did an interesting study about this topic, beginning in 1988 and continuing every 2 years. Throughout the years, employees have consistently preferred 2 primary senders of the change messages. Much to the surprise of some projects, the project team is not a top preferred sender. The project team's role is to prepare the communication, empowers the senders with what they need to send the message. So according to ProServeIT, the first preferred sender of a change message is the person who the employee views as in charge. Typically a senior manager or executive. From this person, employees want to hear, why are we changing? Why are we implementing this now? What is the risk of not using this platform? How does this change align with our vision and business direction? The second preferred sender is an employee's immediate supervisor, direct manager. From this person, employees want to hear, how does this impact me and our group? How will this change affect my day-to-day responsibilities? What's in it for me? Why do I need to use this tool? What's in it for us? So taking this into consideration, now go to the audience section you just identified, type S next to who will be your senders and R next to who will be your receivers. As an example, if using this technology will impact the whole organization, make sure to mark a senior executive or a senior manager as the sender of this message. When it comes to how will this impact the employee day-to-day responsibilities, mark the direct managers, direct supervisors as the senders of this message. So next is the message content. What are you going to say? So for the pre-launch phase, structure your message following this approach to get your employees buy-in. Remember, the less, the better. Concise messages have a better read rate. So start with the what and when, and this is what we usually do. What are we rolling out, what's coming, and the expected timeline. But more importantly, the why. The why, if you can link that to an emotion, it's really important to explain to employees what value they can derive from the new software or this new initiative and how it will make their lives better. Employees need to see the benefits. Don't just describe the value of the new software in terms of company benefits. Employees need to know what's in it for them. Show tangible benefits if you truly want to address any resistance to change. How will it make them happy? How will it make them less frustrated? Humans are emotional, so any explanation should to some extent be connected to emotions. And lastly, how to get started, and we always do this, so you need to give them the ability, the knowledge to use your tools. You can break this message into multiple communication using various channels. What we have here is, let me show you. What we have here on the screen is a sample from a Microsoft Teams communication, which is available for download on the session page. You will find it in the customer success kit. Awesome. So next we need to identify your channels. How are you going to reach all of your employees? Is it printed posters around the office, the warehouse, via email, intranet or communication channel, or verbal during an event or conference? So select what works for you and or add your own communication channels. If you'd like to share with us your communication channels, just type them in the Q&A. So to wrap up this module, you have identified your audience, the senders and the receivers, an approach to your message, and the communication channels. Module 3. If you can create something like this to help you visualize your timeline, start with a target launch date and start working back 2 weeks or 3 weeks before launch, and then 2 weeks, 3 weeks post-launch. Your awareness email, when are you sending this? Are you using printed posters? Are you starting this campaign a week or two before? Your launch, what are you sending out? Announcement email, message letting everyone know it's live and accessible. Add that in. Your launch, what are you sending on that day? Sorry, your post-launch. So pre-launch, launch, and post-launch. What types of messaging are you sending to reinforce the change? Featuring spotlight, senior leadership follow-up messages, email digest, sharing success stories, invitation to like an office hour meeting. Brainstorming, visualizing the timeline will simplify the process for you. So let's open the communication template. You download it, or you can download it later and then use your notes from this session to start working on the template. So here is the communication template. It's really simple. Open it, edit the title, add your objectives, your target audience, key messages, the channels, all the things that we identify. And then use the communication calendar, this table, to finalize your timeline and the rest of the details. By now, you should have covered most of this, and it will be easy for you to start drafting this communication table. So we have a bonus if you're rolling out Microsoft Teams. So this document or this communication plan is from a SharePoint rollout example, but it's really simple. We find that it's easy to use, and you can easily repurpose this to use with your own technology. So the bonus we have, if you're rolling out Microsoft Teams or looking for like message examples for inspiration, we have the Teams Customer Success Kit available for download on the session page. It has flyers, email messages. Let me show you how it looks like here. You'll find like Outlook templates. Showing the message with graphics. You will find flyers, you will find posters. And the best thing you will find here is the use cases. The use cases can help you cover like the why and the how for each group within your organization. So hope you were able to create a draft of your project communication plan today, or at least take a quick start, and we'll make sure to follow up with you if you have any questions. Let me take a look here and see if we have any questions. Oh, thanks for that comment. Yeah, that's really, that's a great comment. The files are under the session description, so it's the second tab in the session page. Perfect. We'll follow up with you. Someone asked if we can get the emails. Yes, definitely we can email that. Yeah, perfect. Hope this was helpful, and hope you find the downloads and the templates helpful, and let us know if you have any questions. Thanks so much for joining us today.